So you've probably noticed my vlog has been much more inconsistent since the break. I've done 2 interviews, I threw in a random video of extra footage I had. I've just been living my life here and I haven't really wanted to spend time sitting in front of a camera editing videos. I had been meeting with people, hanging out with my host family, and in these last few weeks that's really what I want to be doing. But I still do want to do some reflecting, and so here we go. Welcome to Confessions of an International Student. You may have noticed I'm wearing some dope overalls. They're not mine, they're Charlotte's, my host sister's. We have really amped up our clothes sharing these past couple of weeks, and it's just like as everything gets amazing, you have to leave, you know what I mean? Over the weekend, I went to Bordeaux. I took like 20 seconds of footage, and so you'll see a tiny bit of a fabulous day in Bordeaux with my fabulous friends.
Hello, I'm in Bordeaux right now, and we're having great model shoots. You can tell. Those people just found some great pictures. How are you liking Bordeaux? Whoops. Bordeaux, how do we feel about it?
It's nice.
Thoughts on Bordeaux, Luca?
Freezing cold, but nice.
All right. Okay, Sam, how's Bordeaux? No response?
Sun.
Okay. Oh, that was beautiful. How do you guys like Bordeaux?
Yeah, it's so
good. So here we go. What are my confessions that I would like to make as an international student? First of all, to my faithful followers who have watched my past vlogs, you will have noticed that before I came to France, I said I want to only have contact with the US 1 day a week, and I think I've had contact with the US every day that I've been here. So I failed in that promise to myself. And why did I maintain contact? Well, one reason is I wasn't sure how to effectively cut off communication from the US completely. You know, if my mom texts me, I read it, and she texts me many days of the week. Shout out to you, Mom. And I have friends that text me, and I wasn't really wanting to leave 1 day a week to go through a million texts, and so that's been my primary communication. But I'm on Instagram, I'll FaceTime people, and it just never really made sense to me to try to like build up all of my phone time with the US on 1 day, just because I have things I'm doing every day, and so there's not like 1 day a week where I'm just completely lazy day and can catch up on all of my communication. And so I think that's the main reason. I suppose I could have tried harder to really limit my communication with the US, but I think I've engaged well with my life here. I think the reason you want to limit your communication from your home country when you're studying abroad is because you want to invest in your life here. And I think my communication with the US has not hindered my investment in my relationships here. And so I don't consider that a failure then. Confession number 2. Before I came here, I said I don't want to hang out with Americans in France, and I don't really want to hang out with international students in France either. Like, I want to hang with the French people, live the French life, and yeah, I hang out with Americans a lot and other international students that also speak English. So when you're studying abroad, you need friends. You need friends. When I came to France, those first few weeks, I was in an orientation class with other international students. So those were the first people I met. And those of you who have gone to college, you know, people you meet the first week, like in the dorms, wherever you are, those people are really important. You need someone to go to the dining hall with, you know, all of that stuff. And it's it was totally the same here. I needed someone to eat lunch with, I need someone to go get a coffee with, you know, someone to go see a movie with. And those initial connections were really important. When I get to hang out with international students, there's less pressure to perform in French, and other international students want to discover France, discover Poitiers, whereas maybe students that are French and live here are not necessarily trying to explore, go shopping, do different touristy things because, hello, they live here. All international students are eager to meet people, interested about different cultures, really friendly and outgoing. I mean, not every single one, but on the whole, that's kind of the culture of an international student community. And so naturally it's easy to make friends with people, it's easy to have interesting conversations, and I don't think it's like, I'm still engaging with different cultures by meeting different international students, which is awesome. However, I have made some French friends. The places I've met French friends was one, my dear friends Kamita and Leia, who I met at OSU last year. My hip hop class has been so awesome for making friends, meeting people. I don't hang out with a lot of those people outside of class, but there's a really positive culture in the hip hop class, and we all show off our moves, and you just feel really comfortable with people you dance with, and so that's cool. And then finally, doing the radio has been a cool way for me to really engage with French people. And one thing I love about doing the radio is that everyone at the radio expects as much as me as they expect from the other French students. No one's babying me, no one's specially explaining things to me, and obviously there are times where I have to ask a question if I didn't quite understand what happened, but the expectation is that I can perform the tasks just as well as everyone else there. Other news I need to update you on. There is news about Pont Joubert, the bridge that gave me trouble with pronunciation at the beginning of my stay. Well, I have some news about this famous bridge. They're gonna renovate it. My host Dad Didier told me that they're going to be redesigning the bridge of Pont Joubert. They're gonna take off the top, they're gonna add some new metal elements, they're gonna move it over a little bit so that it aligns better with the Grande Rue, which it runs into, and there's gonna be construction going on it for a couple of years. It's like it won't be usable for a couple of years, so it's probable that if I come back to visit, I won't even be able to walk across Pont Joubert. It just, the drama continues with this bridge is all I'm trying to say. Right now, I'm at less than 3 weeks, which feels like no time at all. And so, I'm in this weird place of being sad that I'm going to leave my friends, especially because it's an indefinite amount of time that I won't see them. You know, I'm going home, I'm going to go back to school. Well, I'm in school right now. I'm going to keep studying, I'm going to try to travel, but who is to say when I will see these people again? But at the same time, I'm so excited to go home, and part of me wants to be one of those like cool people who like, you know, like I don't get sad. I wanted to like come to France and like completely live my life and like, you know, be too busy living my life to miss home, and in some ways I have done that, and I feel like I've loved living here, but there are things I miss about home, namely people. People are important to me, and I won't ever pretend that I don't miss people or it's not hard for me to be away from my family and my good friends. When I leave here, I know that I'm gonna miss people here, and that's just, I'm gonna miss people, but it makes me appreciate time I have with people even more. Thank you so much for watching. For my last video here, I would like to do a Q&A. And so, if you could comment a question, text me a question, message me a question, DM me a question, I would love to answer it in my last video. It could be about my experience here, good things, bad things, things I've learned. Yeah, I would love to answer I would love to answer some questions. See you later.